Turn on your video, all of you. Okay, so today we are going to do see in probability, the first thing we have learned is about okay, by today we'll be completing the probability. Tell me what you have learned. We have learned about the variable, isn't it? Random variable. What is a random variable? Recall it. What is a random variable? Open your textbook. Yes, mark down all the definitions and all side by side and tell me. The first thing we are learning is about random variable. What is a random variable? It is a function, isn't it? What is a random variable? It is a function whose domain is the sample space. Okay, it is a function whose domain is the sample space. Whose domain is the sample space. Okay, then for a given domain, we can define more than one random variable. For the given domain, we can define more than one random variable. Okay, suppose we take, suppose for example, you take the collection of dice. Okay, suppose you take dice. When we throw die, we can define the random variable x as sum of the numbers greater than 10. Some number of dice showing more than 2. Like that, we can define it. So for the given sample space itself, we can define more random variable, not one random variable for one sample space. Is it clear? Is it clear, children? So the one random variable can be defined. More than one random variable can be defined for a sample space. Then, if the random variable x, the value of random variable x is countable, then we say it is discrete random variable. For example, suppose x denotes number of heads. Number of heads in the throw of 2 coins. Okay, number of heads in the throw of 2 coins. Suppose we throw 2 coins. What is the number of head? So it may be 0, 1, 2. It is countable. If it is countable, then we say it is discrete. Okay, suppose in some cases we will not be able to count it. Then in that case, we will express it as a function. If it is not discrete, then we say it is continuous random variable. Okay, so random variable RV, sometimes it will be denoted as RV. Random variable are of 2 types. Discrete means whose values are finite, or the other one is continuous. Continuous means whose value is infinite. It takes all the values in the given specified range. Then based on this, we make a probability distribution function, PDF, probability distribution function, distribution table. Are you able to recall it? X and P of X. Okay, X, then we write P of X, isn't it? We write X and P of X. Then what we learned about the probabilities, sum of all probabilities, sigma pi is equal to 1. And probability of an event always lies between 0 to 1. Sum of all probabilities is 1 and 0 to, all the probability will be lying between 0 and 1. And then what you have learned about, up to this, is it okay? Are you able to come along with me? Are you able to recall all those things? Okay, then what else we have learned? Expectation. How we define expectation? Can you try? Expectation, E of X is, yes, expectation E of X is sigma xi into Pi, isn't it? Expectation a sigma pi into xi. Okay. And then I think that mean and expectation of random variables are deleted. Anyhow, you just note it. Mean is denoted by expected value of x, which is denoted by sigma xi pi. Sigma xi pi. And variance is given by, and what about variance? E of x square minus E of x the whole square. E of x square minus E of x the whole square. Okay, this is what we learned about the distribution function. Probability distribution table. From this much parts we learned. Then the next one we have learned is about binomial distribution. Binomial distribution. In binomial distribution, what you have learned? Binomial. So only two possibilities, isn't it? Binomial distribution. Or we call it as Bernoulli's trials. In other words, we call this as Bernoulli's trials. So in Bernoulli's trials, what we do? Number of trials is finite. We assume the following. So number of trials is finite. Number of trials is finite. All the trials are independent. Independent means the first trial will not be affecting the second one. Okay, so the probability of success will be always same. Probability of failure will be always same. Okay, that is why, okay, we call this as independent. Probability of success is same. How many times we repeat the activity, it's not a matter. Probability of success is always same. Then probability of success is denoted by P, and Q is the probability of failure. And P plus Q will be always 1. P plus Q is 1. And what about Bernoulli's function or binomial function? Binomial distribution is given by, try to give the binomial distribution, children. P of x is equal to R is given by S. Binomial distribution is given by, yes, Karthik. Binomial distribution is
NCRP
yes.
raised to R, Q n raised to R,
Q
n minus R.
raised to n minus R. What is n? N is the number of trials. How many times we do this? We call this trial. P is probability of success. P is probability of success. And Q is probability of failure. And R takes the successful trials, isn't it? R denotes the successful trials, where R takes the value 0, 1, 2, etc. up to n. R takes the values 0, 1, 2, etc. up to n. And how this NCR is defined? Are you able to recall this? What is NCR? N factorial by R factorial into n minus R factorial. What is NC0? This 1, isn't it? NCN is also 1. NC1 is n. Then what else we have learned? NCN minus R is equal to NCR. NCN minus R is equal to NCR. So this binomial distribution will be given by B of n comma P. Is or no? Binomial distribution will be denoted by B of n comma P, where n is the number of trials. It is finite. P is the probability of success. Q is the probability of failure. Okay, so then what else we have learned? What about mean? What about mean of a binomial distribution? So mean of a binomial distribution is given by mean is equal to NP. And what about variance? Variance will be given by NPQ. So standard deviation is square root of variance. Standard deviation is square root of variance. Okay. The next one we have learned is Poisson distribution, isn't it? Poisson distribution. What about Poisson distribution? What is the difference between Poisson? Yes, what you have learned about Poisson? It is the Poisson distribution is the they have learned. Poisson distribution is the limiting case of, yes children, Poisson distribution is the limiting case, isn't it? When we consider the number, when n is number of trials is infinite, it is very large. When n becomes very large. Okay, for example, we have discussed about the printing mistake in a book. Okay, it will be very, although the books contains 400, 500 pages, the printing mistake will be very small. Probability of success is very less. P will be very small. N is very large. N is very large. So binomial distribution, we can consider it as a limiting case of binomial. Poisson is a limiting case of binomial. That means n becomes very large and probability of success becomes very small. Okay. So Poisson, we can consider it as a special case of binomial when n becomes infinity and p is very small. Probability of success is very small. And what is the Poisson distribution? Poisson distribution is given by Poisson distribution is given by P of x is equal to R will be given by, what is the formula, Femina? Poisson is given by Femina? Yes, Aditya Satyan, it will be given by e raised to minus lambda, lambda raised to r by r factorial. Is it correct? Poisson is given by e raised to minus lambda, lambda raised to r by r factorial. And what about r? R takes the value 0, 1, 2, etc. up to infinity. Up to n. But what is n? It is infinity. Okay. So e raised to minus lambda, lambda raised to r by r factorial, where r is equal to 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, etc. up to infinity. What about e? What is given about e? E is an irrational number. Okay, whose value is a constant. It is an irrational number whose value lies between 2 and 3. It will lie between 2 and 3. Whose value lies between 2 and 3. Exponential value. Okay, it will be lying between 2 and 3. It will never become negative. E raised to x will never become negative. Then, for the Poisson distribution, mean will be same as variance, which is same as lambda. Okay. For a Poisson distribution, mean and variance will be same. For a Poisson distribution, mean and variance will be same. So for Poisson distribution, we have to use table, isn't it? Suppose these questions are asked, means either the value will be given or you have to use the table. And what is the recurrence formula for Poisson distribution? Those who have the textbook, open it, page number 380. Page number 380, it is there, recurrence formula. What is the recurrence formula? Repeat. Okay, so the recurrence formula is given by P of R plus 1 is equal to lambda by R plus 1 into P of R. P of R plus 1 is equal to, for example, if you want to find probability of 2, it will be same as lambda by R plus 1 is 2, isn't it? R plus 1, in the place of R, we have 2. So what will be R? R is 1, isn't it? So lambda into 2 into P of 1. What will be P of 3? Recurrence means repetition, okay? Using the same formula, we can find out. What is P of 3? Lambda by 3 into P of 2. So this is the recurrence formula. Okay. So the next one we have learned is about normal distribution. Up to this, is it okay, children? Are you able to recall everything? Next is normal distribution function. So in a normal distribution function. So till now, what we have discussed is about discrete, but for normal distribution, okay, it has some features. What are the features? It is defined for, it is a continuous distribution. Till now, we have discussed everything or discrete, okay, but here it is continuous. It is continuous. So we assume the following, the probability distribution function will be like defined like this. F of x will be always greater than or equal to 0. It will never be negative like the probability. Here, f of x will be greater than or equal to 0. Then minus infinity to infinity f of x dx. When you add up all the values, it will be equivalent to 1. It is equivalent to 1. Then integral a to b f of x dx. We can write this as in probability form like this. Is like this, p of a less than or equal to x less than or equal to b. Okay, although it is less than or equal to, both are same, children, strictly less than and equal to. Both we will be considering same. This is about the continuous random variable. Okay, if it is a continuous random function, it will satisfy a probability density function of a continuous random variable will satisfy these conditions. Probability density function PDF of a continuous random variable will satisfy all these conditions. Okay. Continuous probability density function, PDF, continuous probability density function. The previous one we have learned binomial and Poisson are discrete. It is discrete. Here it is continuous. Okay. Then we have learned about normal distribution. Tell me what else you have learned about normal. What all the things you know about normal distribution? Normal distribution is otherwise called Gaussian distribution. Okay. Normal distribution is otherwise called Gaussian distribution. It is otherwise called Gaussian distribution. So for a normal distribution, what you can say? Mean will be same as mean is equal to median is equal to mode. All the three are same. All the measures of central tendency will coincide. So for a normal curve, suppose this is the baseline. Suppose this is the baseline. The curve will be, it will be like a bell-shaped curve. Mean is equal to, median is equal to mode. It is a bell-shaped curve, and note down, for a normal distribution, only one mode, unique mode. Only unique mode is available for a normal distribution. Unique means only one mode. Okay, suppose we have like this means you have more than one mode is possible. Okay, whenever we get peak, this mode. So more than one mode is possible in some cases. But here, for a normal distribution, okay, for a normal distribution, we have unique mode. Then now listen, children. This line we call it as line of symmetry. It divides that area into two parts. If you take this side, the area is 0.5, 0.5, but the total area is always 1. Okay. Area will be always 1. The total area under the normal curve is always 1. Total area is always 1. So area, so we can write like this: integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1. The total area in a normal distribution curve, the total area below the curve is always 1. Total area below the curve is always 1. And how the normal density function is defined? Can you define the normal density function? Normal density function is defined by, yes, children? The normal density function is defined as f of x is equal to 1 by, yes, Aditya, Anila Mohanan is there? Yes, Anila, try this one, Anila. How the normal distribution function is defined. You open the textbook, open it, open your notebook and find out. You have the textbook with you?
Yeah.
Take the textbook and give that. Who is ready? Till she gets ready, what about the others? Who is ready to give the answer? F of x is equal to? Yes, Aparna. F of x is equal to?
Ma'am, 1 by sigma.
Hmm.
root 2 pi
Hmm.
into e raised to negative 1 by 2
Hmm.
into x minus mu by sigma all raised to
1 by root 2 sigma. Okay, 1 by sigma root 2 pi. Okay, root 2 pi. E raised to minus 1 by 2 x minus mu by sigma the whole square, where minus infinity less than x less than infinity. It takes the values from plus infinity to minus infinity, where mean is denoted by mu, mean is mu, and variance standard deviation is sigma. And standard deviation is sigma. Okay, so now in a normal distribution, when mu is 0 and sigma is 1, it will become a standard normal distribution. When mean becomes 0 and sigma becomes 1, it will become a standard normal distribution. Okay, so in that case, we substitute mu as 0 and z is 1. So this x minus mu by sigma, we denote this as z, and it is called the z score. It is called the z score. X minus mu by sigma is called the z score. Okay. Okay, children. Okay, so z score is given by x minus mu by sigma. And listen, children, this z score is positive. Z score is positive if x is greater than mean, and it will be negative if x is less than mean. It is positive and negative. So when you substitute this, it will become converted. It gets converted into standard normal distribution. Okay, we can convert a normal distribution curve to standard normal distribution by substituting x minus mu by sigma is equal to z. By substituting x minus mu by sigma is equal to z. Okay, and the standard normal distribution is given by, and what about the standard normal distribution? Is given by f of z is equal to 1 by root 2 pi e raised to, what is the function? What is the function, children? E raised to minus z square by 2. Is it correct? F of z is given by 1 by root 2 pi e raised to minus z square by 2, where minus infinity is less than infinity. Z lies between minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, and listen, children, this points you have to learn it. Okay, note down all this point. 68.27% for a standard normal distribution, 68.27 probability. Okay, it lies between +1. Okay, lies between -1 and +1 standard deviation from mean. That is, in other words, note down this one. Okay, mu minus sigma by mu plus sigma of f of x dx. Mu minus sigma by mu plus sigma of f of x dx is approximately 68.27%. Similarly, mu minus 2 sigma to mu plus 2 sigma. Mu plus 2 sigma f of x dx, it will contain around 95.45%. 95.45%. And mu minus 3 sigma to mu plus 3 sigma of f of x will be 99.73%. Almost everything will be coming under the curve 93, okay, within mu minus 3 sigma to mu plus 3 sigma. And for normal distribution, whenever you are getting problems from normal distribution, means the table will be given. Okay. Table will be given. Okay. Okay, children. This is, then what else we have learned? What is capital F of Z? Capital F of Z is given by integral, okay, 1 by root 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus z squared by 2 into dz. F of Z is given by integral minus infinity to z. Okay. Capital F of Z will be equivalent to 1 by root 2 pi integral minus infinity to z e raised to minus z squared by 2 into dz. Okay, that means if you take the curve like this, if it is a normal curve, suppose this is the curve z, suppose this is the point z. So it takes all the area up to z. It takes all the area up to z. Okay, suppose we write like this. Suppose what is f of infinity? So upper limit will become infinity. So it will be 1 by root 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus z square by 2 into dz. And what will be this value? What is this value? Minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus z square by 2 into dz is Aparna. It is, what is the total area? What is the area, total area under the curve? The beginning we learned area under the curve is always
1.
1. This 1. Okay, Aparna. Okay, in the beginning whether we wrote or not, just go through it. Okay, total area, it is from minus infinity to infinity. Total area will be always 1. Total area under the curve is always 1. Okay. So what will be the area of, what will be f of 0? What will be f of 0? F of 0 means it is up to the line of symmetry, isn't it? Minus infinity to 0 e raised to minus z square by 2 into dz. What is f of 0? Half of the part only you would consider. So Karthik, what will be the answer? What is f of 0?
0.5.
It is 0.5. Half of that if you consider, it will be 0.5. Then what is f of minus z? F of minus z will be same as f of minus z will be same as p of z greater than or equal to z. Okay, instead of take, okay, usually if it is f of a means we write this as p of z less than or equal to a. But here, whenever we get negative value, we consider the opposite, which will be same as 1 minus f of z. F of negative z will be same as 1 minus f of z. Okay. P of z greater than z will be same as 1 minus f of z, whether it is equal to, greater than or equal to, or strictly greater than, both are same. Here it is same. Okay, probabilities will be same, whether we include equal to or less than or equal to, it will be always same. Okay, similarly, P of A less than Z less than B means we can write this as f of B minus f of A, upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit minus lower limit. Okay, this is what up to this part only we have learned in probability. Is it clear what you have learned up to this? Are you able to revise it? We have not yet started doing the problem. All the concepts we have discussed. Is it okay? Are you able to recall it? Tomlin? Up to this, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
What about Aishwarya, Aditya?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So now, okay. So another important type of question here is a table will be given and you are asked to check whether it is a probability distribution function or not. Okay. Try this question and tell me, is it a PDF or not? Write the question. State which of the following are PDF. PDF. Okay. PDF means probability distribution function. State which of the following are probability distribution functions. So x, p of x. Among these three tables, which are all PDF? Tell me. Which are PDF? First one, is it a PDF? Second one, if not, you should give the reason. Explain it. Why? Why it is not a PDF? Yes, children. Okay. Okay, be ready with the answer in the next period. Next period we'll be discussing this. Okay, go through the formulas and come. Okay. Can wind up the session now. Okay. Try to find out the answer. And from probability, you'll have 10 marks. Keep it in mind. 10 marks will be there from probability. So give that. Okay, weightage is more. So learn it thorough. Okay, children.
Ma'am, can you show that question once again?
Okay, children, we wind up.